The name calorie is used for two units of energy. The small calorie or gram calorie is the approximate amount of energy needed to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. The large calorie, kilogram calorie, dietary calorie, nutritionist's calorie, nutritional calorie, calorie or food calorie is approximately the amount of energy needed to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water by 1 degree Celsius. The large calorie is thus equal to 1,000 small calories or 1 kilocalorie. Although these units are part of the metric system, they have been superseded in the international system of units by the joule. 1 small calorie is approximately 4.2 joules. The factor used to convert calories to joules at a given temperature is numerically equivalent to the specific heat capacity of water expressed in joules per Kelvin per gram or per kilogram. The precise conversion factor depends on the definition adopted. In spite of its non-official status, the large calorie is still widely used as a unit of food energy in the US, UK and some other Western countries. The small calorie is also often used for measurements in chemistry, although the amounts involved are typically recorded in kilocalories. The calorie was first defined by Nicolas Clair copyright meant in 1824 as a unit of heat, and entered French and English dictionaries between 1841 and 1867. The word comes from Latin cala meaning heat. Definitions: the energy needed to increase the temperature of a given mass of water by 1 degree Celsius depends on the atmospheric pressure and the starting temperature. Accordingly, several different precise definitions of the calorie have been used. The pressure is usually taken to be the standard atmospheric pressure. The temperature increase can be expressed as 1 Kelvin, which means the same as an increment of 1 degree Celsius. 2. The two definitions most common in older literature appear to be the 15 degree Celsius calorie and the thermochemical calorie. Usage: the calorie was first defined specifically to measure energy in the form of heat, especially in experimental calorimetry. Nutrition: in nutritional contexts, the kilojoule is the SI unit of food energy. However, the calorie and kilocalorie are still in common use. In these contexts, confusingly, the word calorie and kilocalorie refer to equivalent units. Sometimes, in an attempt to avoid confusion, the large calorie is written as calorie. This convention is not always followed, and not explained to the average person clearly. These quantities are often used for the total amount of food energy and for the specific energy, namely amount of energy per unit of mass. Nutritional requirements or intakes are often expressed in calories per day. Chemistry: in scientific contexts, the term calorie almost always refers to the small calorie. Even though it is not an SI unit, it is still used in chemistry. For example, the energy released in a chemical reaction per mole of reagent is occasionally expressed in kilocalories per mole. Traditionally, this use was largely due to the ease with which it could be calculated in laboratory reactions, especially in aqueous solution, a volume of reagent dissolved in water forming a solution, with concentration expressed in moles per liter, will induce a temperature change in degrees Celsius in the total volume of water solvent, and these quantities can then be used to calculate energy per mole. It is also occasionally used to specify energy quantities that relate to reaction energy, such as enthalpy of formation and the size of activation barriers. However, its use is being superseded by the SI unit, the joule, and multiples thereof such as the kilojoule. See also, empty calorie, basal metabolic rate, frigorie, food energy, nutrition facts label, conversion of units of energy, references, A.B. Merriam-Webster's Online Dictionary Def 1 http, www.merriam-webster.com Calorie, Con, Ph.D., Carol. Len Kravitz, Ph.D. Remarkable Calorie. University of New Mexico. Retrieved April 30, 2014. Hargrove, James L. Does the history of food energy units suggest a solution to calorie confusion? Nutrition Journal 6 doi, 10.1186/1475-2891-6-44. Retrieved August 31, 2013. ABC International Standard ISO 31-4, Quantities and Units, Part 4, Heat. Annex B, other units given for information, especially regarding the conversion factor. International Organization for Standardization, 1992. FAO. The adoption of joules as units of energy. The thermochemical calorie was defined by Rossini simply as 4.1833 international joules in order to avoid the difficulties associated with uncertainties about the heat capacity of water. Rossini, Frederick. Excursion in Chemical Thermodynamics, From the Past into the Future. Pure and Applied Chemistry 8, 107 doi, 10.1351/PAC196408020095. Retrieved January 21, 2013. Both the IT calorie and the thermochemical calorie are completely independent of the heat capacity of water. Lynch, Charles T. Handbook of Materials Science, General Properties, Volume 1. CRC Press. PA 438. Retrieved March 8, 2014. International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. 1.6 Conversion Tables for Units. Compendium of Analytical Nomenclature. ISBN A0-86542-615-5. Retrieved August 31, 2013. Prospects Improve for Food Energy Labeling Using SI Units. Metric Views. UK Metric Association. February 24, 2012. Retrieved April 17, 2013. Chemistry Daily. Zwei Rappaport ed., The Chemistry of Peroxides, Volume 2 page 12.